When I worked at the community kitchen, it was like every day was an episode of Chopped.
You guys read your reviews? Does it piss you off?
I only cussed a couple of times. Sorry.
I started on a flame grill when I was 7. My parents said, "You're tall enough, you can see the flames, you can flip burgers and meat on the grill." And I was like, all right.
I started cooking at the age of 14. I was a dishwasher. So I started out as a dishwasher in Western New York. My first job was to come in and peel up the sticky bar mats from the night before.
I've been in the restaurant business since I was probably 8 years old, 9 years old. And my mom built the first Thai place in 1991 in Overland Park. I remember there sitting in the back of that kitchen when I was in kindergarten. Started busting tables and every job in a restaurant you can imagine.
I grew up in the country, and you would think growing up in the country you'd have access to fresher foods, but that's not true. I mean, at least not in my experience. So that was part of my deal, is that I wanted to be able to provide my kids, fresh food, fresh vegetables, and nourishment.
Everybody tells you to do what you love, and the thing I loved doing the most was decorating cakes. So without really having any professional kitchen experience, I up and went to culinary school in California.
My parents' restaurant was kind of a happy place for some people, like they were having a bad day, or it was their comfort meal. Like my dad was really into making sure like the community was fed. I idolized that. My parents built this community around the restaurant, and it's just a humble burger, but they just really built something beautiful.
And I've been with Morning Glory Ministries for the past couple years. I love it there. I love that we serve breakfast, set them off, put their best foot forward that they can for the day, make sure they have the tools they need to start their day off right.
Like Bhakti Barbecue, we built that by feeding the homeless during the pandemic. And my wife said, let's just start cooking this stuff and feeding everybody. So I started barbecuing because I could feed the masses, right?
I decided I'm just gonna start my own business. I'm gonna create a space that I feel like is cultivating a positive environment for people that are interested in this industry, no matter what they identify as and no matter what they look like.
In the culinary world, there's a lot of history that you kind of find inspiration from, or you find is all part of your story that's all family related in some way.
Met my wife in my mom's restaurant, and we are definitely bred in charity, you know what I mean? We give back first, we kind of set the tone that way. We help the community and our staff. 24 years later, we're still doing it.
In my family, a lot of the men were in the kitchen. So I think that played a crucial role in even me being super excited about going into the food world. Harvesters is a great thing. I've worked with them the last couple of years, and they're just a great organization. So why wouldn't I give back and give my time so that they're able to continue doing the things that they love to do?
My father goes way back, was one of the first pioneers where they built Harvesters. So, that money feeds a lot of people.
So it's nice to be able to go out and do something fancy and fun still, and still get the warm fuzzies and to support an organization that's really important. It's good to work with some new faces and some old faces.
I'm like a firm believer, if you have the power to make a positive change in somebody's life, to be able to give back in a way, do it. Why not?
I want people to understand that there's a lot of passion that goes into the plate of food that they're gonna eat.
There's gonna be that burn-ins like you've never seen before, for sure.
Each of us has a reason why we made the dish that we have. Mine just happens to be a piece of my culture and who I am.
I want people to know that it was grown with love locally just to be served for that meal.
I try to use as much local as possible, so feeding Kansas City with Kansas City. This is our job, we feed people. This is why we became chefs, to take care of people and to feed them and to nourish them. So if there's a need, that's what we're here for.
Anytime we can help out cooking for those guys, we're all in.